Good morning, parents, students, and teachers. Welcome to the 6A, B, and C Assembly. Before we begin, a quick reminder to you all. Today we have our school photographer, Mr. Harmon, who will be filming this assembly. So we kindly ask that you keep your phones and other devices in your bags and follow the advice that you parents would normally give to us.
Put your phones and devices away and simply enjoy the performance. In our IPC lessons, we've been exploring why people move from one place to another, a process known as migration.
People migrate for many different reasons. Some are pushed by difficult circumstances, while others are pulled by the hopes of better opportunities.
Push factors make people leave their homes. They could be lack of jobs, conflict, or natural disasters.
Sometimes people have no choice but to leave their countries just to survive.
For our entry point, we took part in a simulation. We imagined what it would feel like to suddenly leave our homes. We were asked to choose only 6 items that were essential and practical for the journey ahead.
For our entry point, we did a simulation where we had to imagine we were asylum seekers.
We were told that a war broke out in our country and we had to leave in the next few minutes. A pickup truck was going to help us escape. We had to pack 6 items that were important to each other. Some of us chose essential things, while some of us chose sentimental things like photos or pets.
What items did you pack?
I packed tent, water, money, soap, umbrella, and passports. I packed our passports because this was essential to cross borders or go on airports, and I packed water because this is something that you need to survive.
When the pickup truck arrived, we got in, and unfortunately one person lost their bag. Charlotte did. Charlotte, how did you feel?
I felt sad because I had many essential items like food, water, and matches to light a fire if we were cold.
We had to get Charlotte something from our own bag. We kept facing setbacks and obstacles along the way.
What was the most challenging part in the simulation?
The most challenging part was that when we gave Charlotte our essentials, she got left behind and she lost most of our essentials.
The challenging part was we thought we were emotionally prepared, but we actually weren't, and we had a lot of losses.
Did this simulation make you think? This simulation made me realize that some people are actually push into events like this, and it makes me feel very grateful.
Some of us had to leave valuable belongings behind, helping us understand the difficult choices that real migrants face. This experience made us appreciate how fortunate we are to live in a safe place.
In many parts of the world, conflict and war make it unsafe for people to stay. Imagine living with the constant sound of sirens, being forced to leave everything behind to search for safety.
Fighting is getting closer. We can't stay here much longer. It's not safe anymore.
How can we leave everything behind? Our friends, our family, everything we know is here.
I don't want to leave. What if we never come back? We have to go, for our safety. We'll find a new place, a safer place. Will we be okay? I'm scared of what might happen.
We'll stay together and we'll find safety, and that's what matters now. We have to be brave.
Come on, guys, we have to leave quickly. Pack your bags. When conflict occurs, people seek refuge in the closest, safest country.
We made it. I can't believe we're here. It's so different, so quiet. No explosion, no shouting, just peace. Wow, that journey was tough. I'm so exhausted. I'm so happy that we're finally safe. We can finally read.
Wait, look, birds, real birds. Not planes or smoke in the sky. It's like a whole different world here.
This country, it's going to be home now. It's close enough to where we came from, so hopefully we can learn things quickly. But you're safe now, and that's what matters.
It won't be easy, but we can rebuild. Here, you don't have to live here anymore. Do you think we're actually safe here?
Yes, you're safe here. No more running, no more fear. This country will protect us and you don't have to run anymore.
Natural disasters such as tornadoes, earthquakes, floods, and droughts can also cause people to leave their homes, forcing them to seek shelter elsewhere.
It was just a normal day until the ground began to shake. Everything's falling! Our house, our home is crumbling!
We need to get out of here. The roof might collapse. Our whole life, everything we had is ruined. We'll find a way. We have each other. That's all we need to start again. Another reason why people migrate is a lack of jobs.
Keep going like this. The rent, the bills, it's harder to pay each month. The price of living is through the roof.
I know, I've been searching for a job for weeks, but there's nothing. The school fees and groceries are just crazy. I don't think we can afford to live in Singapore for much longer.
But why can't we stay here? This is our home. What will happen if we leave? It's not that we want to leave, but if I don't get that promotion, we can't afford to stay here. Where would we go? What if we can't find jobs there either?
We've been looking into it. We might have to go back home.
What about schools? What about friends? I don't want to leave them behind. It's scary, but maybe it'll be a new start. Maybe we'll find better schools, new friends, and things won't be so hard.
When there aren't enough jobs to support families, many are forced to migrate in search of better opportunities.
Pull factors attract people to new places. This might be because of better jobs, safety, or an improved quality of life.
Guess what, everyone? What? I've been promoted and we're moving to Singapore.
Really? That's fantastic. So it's finally happening?
Yes, they've asked me to head the team there. It's a huge opportunity. Better pay, more responsibility, and a fresh start for all of us.
Singapore? We have to go. But what about school?
You'll be going to Dover Court International School. I already started looking into it.
Dover Court? I heard they got amazing teachers and cool students. Great assemblies, but will we make friends?
Will it be any different from our school here? It'll be different, but in a good way. You'll meet children from all around the world, and the school is very welcoming.
New friends, new school, maybe it won't be so bad.
Exactly, and don't worry, we'll all be together. Singapore is going to be an amazing place to call home.
The promise of better job opportunities can pull people towards new places, offering hope for a brighter future.
People often migrate for education when opportunities at home are limited or when they face barriers such as conflict or gender discrimination. Migration opens doors to better schooling, safety, and a brighter future. Next year I turn 12. You know what that means? That means I can't go to school anymore. It's so unfair that the boys can go to school, learn new things while we'll be stuck here doing nothing.
I know, we want to learn too. We have dreams just like them. But they won't let us because they're girls.
Do you know what I've heard? In other countries, girls can go to school, study, and become anything they want. We deserve that chance too.
Imagine no one telling us we can't because of who we are. Maybe one day we can help other girls. Show them that it's possible to get an education no matter what.
Education can also be a pull factor. Moving to a place with better schools provides children with more chances to succeed in life.
Often migration is driven by push and pull factors. A family may be pushed to leave because of the lack of jobs, but pulled by the opportunity for a better future in the new country.
I know it's hard to leave our home and friends behind, but we deserve the chance to experience opportunities we wouldn't have in our own country.
I never thought we'd have to leave. I'll miss you people and these streets we grew up on. It's not just a place, it's our life.
But what if we don't fit in? What if we're different and people don't like us?
It's scary, but think of all the new opportunities and the food, pizzas, burgers, donuts.
I can't wait to shop. Imagine all the big supermarkets and stores.
And fast internet. No more waiting forever for movies or games.
I'm looking forward to big movie theaters and maybe a swimming pool or two if we're lucky.
Yay!
Yay!
In English, we wrote 3 verse poems about migration. Zach and I are going to share ours.
The Family That Migrated by Zachary Sparks. The war was so bad, it's the end of the world. The war stomped over them, as if they were ants under attack. Bang, bang! The houses were burning quickly. We journeyed to the northwest. We walked and walked the journey. On the journey, we saw strange things, and strange people, and strange places. We were alone. We were scared. We were tired. I just couldn't help but silently cry on my mother's shoulder.
The bombs had hit. Smash, bang, boom. The war was strong, ready to consume. She was told to pack the things of need. She had to pack at such a speed. A boat she boarded, her heart beating fast. The fun and the laughter was now in the past. Buses she rode and borders she crossed, tears in her eyes for the people she lost. Her mother was there, but her hope had disappeared. In its place was nothing but trauma and fear. The children did try to walk, run, and play, but cautionary parents told them to stay. She sat outside borders, cold sinking in. The only fire she had was the fire within, the small shreds of hope, the long-lasting light, the ones that allowed her to dream in the night. She dreamt of her life, her new life, far away. She knew she would be happy at the end of the day. And with all the kindness she had inside her heart, she promised the world she would do her part.
Migration is a complex topic, but it reminds us that no matter where in the world we come from, each of us has something valuable to contribute to our society. Embracing diversity makes our world a much better place.
Thank you for watching our assembly. Now we will perform a song called We're All in This Together.